From the famous catchline, "Hug me, brother," to his deep affection for Oprah Winfrey, Josh Peck's character on Drake and Josh was a fan favorite. Unfortunately, childhood fame coupled with years of being body-shamed took its toll on the actor. Josh hid a 4-year-long addiction and only opened up about it in his memoir, Happy People Are Annoying, in 2022.
I think it's the most millennial thing I've ever done is write a memoir at 35.
Even though he felt dark days always followed him, the actor was able to find sunshine in the end. Josh Peck didn't come from a traditional family, nor was he born into Hollywood royalty. His parents were business acquaintances who had an affair. Peck's mom, Barbara Peck, became pregnant at 42. His biological father, who was 62 at the time, already had a wife and 3 kids. He chose not to be involved in the actor's life. His mother's financial struggles marked Josh's childhood in New York City. He credits her for doing the best she could under the circumstances. However, the actor explained that it was also difficult. "I spent most of my life dying to be typical, but I grew up with a single mom. I was overweight, and I was a musical theater kid who really had no social status," he said. Josh characterizes his early years as being teased relentlessly because of his size. Comedy became his natural defense mechanism.
Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm the son of a single parent. I was born during the Great Depression. My mother's...
The actor spent his childhood watching sitcoms. All the while, he was absorbing the rhythms of what made up such shows. Eventually, when it became my turn, I might not have known exactly what made something funny, but I knew what funny sounded like, Josh said. At 12, Peck enrolled at New York's Professional Performing Arts School, where he promptly became aware that he could fix his family's financial situation by earning money as an actor. The New York City native saw kids his age making grown-up money and doing what he loved so dearly.
It just was like this new beginning for us. I lived at the Avalon in a 2-bedroom apartment that was $1,900 a month that had a full gym, a pool, and a racquetball court, and we thought we were crushing it.
Suddenly, I wasn't the oddity at a normal school, where there were only a few kids who focused on performing arts and mostly just within the confines of the school play, Peck elaborated. The actor's big break came when he landed a spot on Nickelodeon's The Amanda Show, a sketch comedy show starring Amanda Bynes that ran from 1999 to 2002. The wildly talented Bynes immediately made an impression on him. Even though Amanda was only 6 months older, Josh felt she was so ahead of him in terms of ability and skill. "I tried to be the sort of quasi-apprentice to Amanda and watch her ability and try to dissect what it was that made her so great," he recalled. Then he and his co-star from The Amanda Show, Drake Bell, landed their own Nickelodeon sitcom. Drake and Josh was about 2 very different stepbrothers learning to live together. While Drake and Josh is arguably Peck's most notable work to date, starring in a hit sitcom didn't feel monumental to him at the time, especially in a period before social media.
I made $900,000 off of 4 seasons, 60 episodes, but we made half of that because of taxes and agent manager. And so over 4 years, 5 years, it was about $100,000 a year.
Even though he was performing comedy on a network that was like his holy grail growing up, Peck would go home to be a normal kid. "I got to go home and have a certain level of anonymity and hang out with my best friend and play hockey in our apartment complex," the actor shared. Drake and Josh became a famous show in the world of casual teen viewing. However, behind the scenes, Josh continued to struggle with his weight. The actor weighed nearly 300 pounds at 15 and recalled regularly eating large pizzas on his own. He wore Spanx for 5 whole years. At one point, Josh knew he had to make some changes and went on an 18-month diet and workout plan when he was 17 years old. The actor lost a lot of weight to reach his goal of weighing 180 pounds. He wasn't prepared for the blowback. That was surprising to me, that there were more than a few people who would say things like, "You were funnier when you were fat," or "Stop trying so hard," Peck said. These negative comments did little to help the burning insecurities and pain the young actor endured for many years. The version of Josh that appeared on Nickelodeon was a child trying to help his mother. While he was very unhappy with his physical appearance for a long time, he pushed through for his family. All the while, the actor neglected to love and appreciate himself. To make matters worse for Peck's state of mind, the 15-year-old version of himself, whom he tried so greatly to change, would always be around. A lot of people go through awkward teenage years, and then when they're through it, they burn their yearbooks and swear their family to secrecy. But my awkward teenage years are in reruns, Josh confessed.
And then having my chubby years on, and let's be honest, I was not chubby, I was very overweight. Having them on reruns on television, your awkward teenage years forever, was tough.
Even after losing 100 pounds, the actor was still not satisfied. It didn't help that the onset of his adult career in acting proved challenging. As he embarked on his new journey, Peck said he encountered a natural typecast that comes from starring on a kids' network like a Nickelodeon. On the hamster wheel of auditions, he often lost out on roles that went to actors like Michael Cera and Miles Teller. For a long time, if I walked into an audition room and saw Miles there, I would sort of turn around and go, "Have a great time, Miles, you're gonna kill it," the ATM actor joked. He did land a role as a drug dealer in the 2008 movie The Whackness, starring Ben Kingsley. Ironically, Peck was at the peak of his real-life drug addiction when he got the part. The actor started using drugs when he was 18 years old, after his 100-pound weight loss. Josh discusses his experience with substance abuse in his memoir, Happy People Are Annoying.
Total cliche.
Really?
That guy. Yeah, man. It's like that. What did Robin Williams say? I was on everything but skates. Like, I was f***ing lit. I was that kid. It was bad.
At 18, he'd entered Hollywood's party scene and was desperate to let loose. As he bounced around clubs and house parties, he became acquainted with a girl he refers to in his memoir as Jessica. One night, the pair found themselves in possession of what the actor described as a felony's worth of drugs. Eager to partake and appear cool in front of his crush, Josh got high for the first time. Despite his physical transformation, Peck said he still struggled with a poor self-image. Drugs became an alternative to his previous reliance on food. Under the influence between 2004 and 2008, the actor said he felt weightless, comforted, and free from the issues that had burdened him for years. Eventually, his substance abuse caught up with him. He was underweight with dark circles around his eyes. His personal relationships were suffering and he was running out of money. There were too many close calls, too many rides across the lawn of the Beverly Hills Hotel, too many trips to the ER where I convinced him it was anxiety making my heart do that, the Fuller House alum wrote in his book.
I definitely had my moments of being a total cliche child actor, sowing my wild oats, being an idiot at the club, but it was before camera phones.
On February 15, 2008, Peck attended the first of what would become many Alcoholics Anonymous meetings. He's been sober ever since. When reflecting on the rocky roads of his early adulthood, Josh compared his unresolved issues with his dad to bad fuel for the metaphorical car of his life. He eventually came to terms with the non-existent relationship between them. However, before that, the actor's mission was to prove to everyone, including his father, that he didn't need anyone or anything. When you have a parent who's absent in your youth, it makes you feel like anything is possible and nothing is secure, Josh said. Even though the former child star got clean and changed his trajectory, major financial success was hard to come by. At some points as an adult, Josh cleared only $40,000 a year after percentages were taken out. He likened kids' television at the time to earning the same as a dentist starting out. So while you're doing it, it's great, but when you're done, you certainly only have a year or two of runway to find your next job, the 36-year-old explained. To earn money outside of acting jobs, Peck joined the now-defunct social media app Vine, which limited users to 6-second videos. When Vine shut down in early 2017, he pivoted to longer-form videos on YouTube, inviting his famous friends to join him for videos and participate in food-related trends. Being a YouTuber required much more work than being a Viner, and Josh was aware that people assumed he was a washed-up actor turned influencer. He was super successful with social media and knew he was lucky to have been working in that field. However, the former Drake and Josh star was conflicted by the idea of having to let go of his acting career. After all, he had put 2 decades into his craft. He didn't give up, and his perseverance eventually paid off. Peck starred in Turner and Hooch on Disney+, a continuation series of the 1989 movie of the same name. He also reunited with his Drake and Josh co-star Miranda Cosgrove for the 2nd season of her iCarly revival series at Paramount+. In 2022, the actor appeared in the 1st season of Hulu's How I Met Your Father. He played a school vice principal and the love interest of the main character, Sophie, played by Hilary Duff.
Hillary's a dream, and I just feel lucky to be her friend. I've known her for over 10 years, and it's just the entire group there, all the actors, the creators. It's a beautiful time, and I feel so lucky to be a part of it.
Peck will also feature in the 2023 biographical film Oppenheimer. Through it all, Josh has kept up with social media. He pivoted from YouTube to TikTok, where he has 7.5 million followers. I had to let go of this idea that I would only be okay if I was successful as an actor because my life was good regardless of how I was doing professionally, he said, adding, "Once I did finally face that was when I had this really great busy year of work." After starting his sober journey, Josh met Paige O'Brien, the woman who would become his wife and the mother of his children. It's unclear when the couple met because the actor was always very private about his love life. However, they announced their engagement in March 2016. Paige posted a picture to Instagram of the two posed in front of the Eiffel Tower in Paris. A year after their engagement, Peck and O'Brien got married. The wedding ceremony was a private event with very few people in attendance. A year later, the couple welcomed their first baby. Then, in October 2022, the proud parents announced the birth of their second child. From childhood fame to substance abuse to a loving husband and father and once again successful actor, Josh Peck has a profound story to tell. He has come a long way from the insecure teenager who drowned his sorrows in food and drugs. At 36, Josh has a number of accomplishments to his name and he's learning the art of self-love. Through everything he has been, the actor has accepted that happiness is a daily practice, but we must acknowledge that challenging moments will come too. Be well and be kind.